Hey, Michael, or Angie, you look beautiful with a beard. You must be taking that awesome product called HSN.
I'd say the wrap's really tight in the
That's so funny. All right, well, thank you guys so much for being on tonight. We are going to be starting a schedule of meetings and of things to build your business. So if everyone has a piece of paper, if you don't, come back and watch the recording or write it down later. But every second of the month, we are going to be doing a team start the month. I just call it start the month with a bang training, and it'll be going over any corporate announcements. I'll have a guest speaker at the end of each one that'll be giving tips on their journey and how they grow, so you don't have to listen to me blab the whole time. So today we have Angie Paulk, Triple Diamond, and Angie and Michael Paulk on the call, so they'll be joining us and giving their tips at the end. So that'll be every second of the month. The next thing I want you to write down is every Wednesday, the second at 6 p.m. my time, which I might have to rethink that because we don't do daylight savings. So that changes your time halfway through the year. It's really confusing. I wish everyone just didn't do daylight savings, to be honest with you. But anyway, so we'll talk about that. I might just stick with like 9 p.m. Eastern or something like that. But it will be every Wednesday evening. Every second during the evening time. And then every Wednesday evening, I'll be doing either a virtual party or an in-person sample party. So if you're local to me, we rotate weeks. So basically, this Wednesday we did a virtual party, and next Wednesday I'm doing an in-person sample party, and that's going to be consistent every other. So in 2 weeks we'll have a virtual party again. Thank you to those who participated and invited people to the virtual party last night. I know it was a little in and out with the internet and the videos cutting off, but a lot of people love the live videos, and I think they got a lot from it. Those who attended, I know several of you said that you're signing a bunch of distributors from it, so I appreciate your participation. Oops, sorry. Okay, let me just get to my agenda I had up here on my phone. There we go. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started with, today we're going to be going over the corporate announcements, new distributors, tips and to-dos, the steps to success and how to get cruise points, blitzing, wrapping enrollments, and also goal setting for the month. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, every Sunday night, our corporate team has what's called the family call, and that's at 10 p.m. Eastern time. You can find all these calls at myitworksevents.com, and that's every Sunday, and it's usually announcements of some sort of what's going to be happening for the week. And then every Monday night is the Show Me the Money call, and that's a call that you can actually provide to potentials with tips, and it usually talks about the business and how maybe the newest ambassador diamond got to where they are, the newest presidential diamond got to where they are. And again, that can be found at www.myitworksevents.com. That's at 9 p.m. on Mondays. They are recorded, and the recordings are also out on that website on the corporate calendar. So really great. I always learn something new from each of those. I'm trying to get consistent for y'all too. Look at Nikki in her little Prego belly. So, okay. So yesterday, Mark announced on his Facebook page, Mark Pentecost is our CEO of the company. He announced on his Facebook page that the first 1,000 distributors that brought 3 people into their business this month would get an upgraded balcony on the cruise. So if you're new to us, there's an opportunity to win a free cruise, and I believe Brianna's gonna go over that. Let me see. Yes, Brianna's gonna be going over that here shortly. So that's totally doable, guys. It doesn't guarantee you a spot on the cruise, but if and when you win that cruise, which getting distributors on your team helps give you points, it gives you an upgraded balcony, so that's pretty cool.
Not transferable.
Yeah, not transferable. So I'm excited. The cruise was awesome last year when we went on it. It was the first ever, and we learned so many great tips from, I mean, you got the top 150 income earners there. Sat there and played blackjack with a girl who went ambassador in like 10 months. So got to pick her brain. So it was pretty cool. I encourage y'all to really work towards getting on it. That being said, I'm going to take it over to Kelly. Let me unmute her. She's going to be talking about new distributor tips and to-dos very quickly, just the basics, like what you need to go over. I'm trying to unmute you, Kelly, unless you want to unmute yourself. Just the basics and what to go over and what to make sure you first do as a new distributor. This is also probably pretty great to do if you're getting back in and kind of had a slow time. So it looks like you're unmuted, Kel. So I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, hi, welcome everyone. So I'm just gonna go over basically what you would do as a new DT, or like Melissa said, if you're kind of getting back into it and trying to get back into the swing of things. First off, because we do have a few newbies on here, welcome. I know this is probably way overwhelming, so I think my first tip for any of this would be don't freak out. Everyone here is so nice. It's all one team, one mission. That's why you were added to all these crazy team pages that are probably blowing up your phone, and that's okay. You can check them out as you go, but that's kind of where I learned how to do things along with my upline sponsors and sidelines. So what I would first do is obviously have your sponsor or your upline give you a post to Facebook. You know, be excited about it, post to Facebook right away. Reach out to your immediate friends and family. I don't know if a lot of you guys are on that May distributor group, that Kiko Day, how to get your first full loyal customer video. It's quick, like 12 minutes, kind of goes over how to get those first 4 loyal customers, which is crucial. You don't need your business builder kit to do that. So just get right on top of it. Call your mom, call your sister, call your brother, your dad, your friends, and ask for help. Be excited. You know, say, I'm excited. I just joined this company. This is starting my own business. This is what I'm going to do, and ask them for help. Plus, once you kind of start going through the products that we have, people start popping in your head. Oh, hair, skin, and nails. Oh my gosh, my mom's been complaining about her hair being thin. I know she'd benefit so much from this. Fat fighters. Oh, my friend always complains that she loves dessert but hates to eat it. She would love these, and they're only $23 a month. So just kind of be mindful when you're thinking about the products and going through the product catalogs. So also what I would definitely say, launch with at least within your first 2 weeks, whether it's virtual. If your sponsor signed you and they're not local, that's fine. We can do a virtual party. We've done parties FaceTiming in where, you know, I've run them and the person that we're launching is there doing the party, but we do it via, you know, Uvu, Skype, FaceTime, now Zoom, any of it. We can do any of that. And then I would also definitely say your first month of eSuite is free. Utilize that. Log on, do your It Works You. I would recommend doing that on the computer because it's still videos if you do it on a computer. If you do it on a tablet device or an iPhone or an Android, I don't think it's videos anymore. I could be wrong if anyone wants to correct me, but I've had a lot of people tell me they can't get videos on their phones or tablets. So definitely don't try to learn everything. I wouldn't go to eSuite and start reading all of your documents. You're not going to learn anything. Learn as you go. You don't need to know everything. You just need to be excited and lean on your sponsors, your friends, your sidelines, and those team pages are critical also. And maybe getting a question answered if you can't get a hold of anyone right away. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Definitely log in and do your tax information too immediately so you guys aren't on commission hold. I don't know if you said that.
Get paid.
Yeah, we all want to get paid. I love printing out the compensation plan. We all kind of joined this to get paid or to help people, but ultimately we do want our paycheck. So print out your compensation plan, read the first like 5 pages, I would say, up into the rank that you want to promote to first, which is executive. That's what I would read to. And then don't be afraid to ask questions and don't be afraid to be like, I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know how to do that. Can you help me? We are here to help. We've heard it all. I promise you. I'm not surprised with questions and you're not stupid. You know, I had questions coming into this. I still to this day, I'm like, what? Like, wait. So I also have a YouTube channel for those of you that want to subscribe to it, and there's over 80 videos to help you train for almost anything you need, whether it be product knowledge, social media knowledge, belly-to-belly knowledge, blitzing, rapping, repeating, parties, whatever. So feel free to subscribe to that or ask me, do you have a video on XYZ? And also feel free to ask for like a coaching session. Like that's what we're here for. There's over, I think over 6 or 8 diamonds on our team. So we're all here to help, definitely. All right, so let me take it over to Brianna. Brianna, you guys heard me talk about the cruise. Brianna is going to go ahead and go over the steps to success and cruise points. The top 2,200 people get with cruise points get on the ship. Okay, so last year there were people distributor rank on the ship. There were people that were executives and rubies. I would say there was probably more rubies than VIPs on the ship. So Brianna, why don't you go over the steps to success for our business, the foundation of those, and then how we get cruise points, or maybe go over cruise points and then the steps to success, since they're kind of one and the same. Brianna.
All right, so I'm gonna go.
I'm like, where did she go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over steps to success first because I forgot to pull up the little picture that shows the cruise points thing. But basically, to earn cruise points, it's based around our steps to success and building rubies. So I have a little steps to success printed out here. Basically, our goal every month is to enroll 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors. So, and then teach our team this also. So what's going to get us points is loyal customers and building rubies. So to build a ruby, I'm going to show you here what a ruby chart looks like, more or less. You have 3 distributors here, and then one of those distributors has 2 distributors. Now these 2 distributors and these 2 are going to have 400 in what's called BV, so bonus volume. Basically, you teach those distributors how to complete their steps to success, how to get their first 4 loyal customers, and then some, and they'll get to a qualified leg without a problem. So basically, a Ruby is an organization of 5 people. There's 3 distributors, and then one of those distributors has 2 distributors. Did you get that?
And if you guys have questions on building to Ruby and charting, we can get there, but just know teaching your team the steps to success is what's going to build them to Ruby and build you to Ruby too. So we won't go too in depth on charting today.
Yeah, so basically, like if you just think of it like, you know, you'll make more money if you multiply yourself. So just, you know, giving people the smaller steps, and then once you're ready for it to go for those bigger things. But so to the top 75 income earners, okay, so you get 100 points for every qualified loyal customer. So basically, if I were to transfer a loyal customer I have under Tommy, for volume purposes or what have you, Tommy would get that 100 points. I wouldn't get that 100 points. But if I were to enroll a distributor, that's 300 points. And if I were to move them under Tommy, I still get those 300 points because I'm the enroller. Our loyal customers, it says enroller on there, but it doesn't really stick to whoever actually did enroll them.
Yeah,
it just
you lose enroller position when you transfer a customer, but not a distributor.
Yeah. And then 500 points for every distributor that you enroll that gets 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days. And then you also get 2,500 points for any personally enrolled Ruby for the first time. So if that person's been in for a year and they go Ruby and you enrolled them, you get that 2,500 in points.
So does that person who first goes Ruby. So if you haven't been Ruby yet and you go Ruby in this qualified time that this promotion's going on, you too get 2,500. If you're new and you get your first 4 loyals, when you get your first 4 loyals in your first 30 days, you too get 500 points. So the enroller and the person gets it. So cool. Does anyone have questions on the Ruby on how to get cruise points? There's a minimum of 5,000 points needed to actually get on. Last year, I think the cutoff was about 10,000 points. The top 1,000 people, they only took 1,000 people last year. This time they're taking double, which is exciting, right? Bigger boat,
I do
more fun.
have a question.
Yeah.
So if that person who goes Ruby signed up a while ago and then they go Ruby, but they don't have their first 4 loyal customers in their 30 days, does that still count? Because I know now that's a requirement to go Ruby.
I believe it does still count. We were talking about this the other day, I want to say. I'll double check and let you know, but I believe it does still count. It's just for bonus purposes, like good bonus purposes, you have to have your 4 loyals and Ruby bonuses.
And it's not just 4 loyals in your first 30 days for the bonuses, it's 4 active loyals, so it doesn't have to be 4 loyals for the bonuses.
Oh, right, for the good bonus.
Just 4 people that have completed their LC agreement.
Right, yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go on to goal setting really quickly, and then we're going to move it over to Angie. So we went to the It Works U, and they were really, really passionate about being goal-oriented. I have my runners with expectations of high goals. If you want to be part of our runners group, just message me privately after this. There's a homework assignment, and you do need to have an auto ship on of ADBV or higher. But Pam ripped into us, man. I'll tell you what. So there's something in our back office called the game plan. And it fired me up what they talked about. And so I want everybody to kind of set some goals for themselves this month. What rank do you want to be? How much do you want your paycheck to be? And then how are you going to get there? So I'll go ahead and get started, but please go ahead and write these goals down and look at them every day. I want you to set your ranks, your paycheck, and then the ways you're going to get there by blitzing, wrapping people, and wrap parties. If you want to take it further than that, you can say, how many friends am I going to add each day? How many new Instagram followers am I going to get? However you want to do it. But so let's try that again. What rank do I want to be? What do I want my paycheck to be? How many people am I going to blitz each week or for the month? However you want to do that. I do weekly. How many people am I going to wrap each week? I do weekly. And then how many wrap parties will I do? So guys, wrap parties are very simple. If you can read, you can do a wrap party. And that we'll discuss that if you need the new distributor training video of mine, let me know, I'll send that to you. So I always just lead from the front, and if you have a team, you should be too. Don't expect people to do anything that you're not doing. So my goal is to get Joey paid as a double diamond. I didn't do that last month. Joey's my husband, for those of you who don't know. Paid as a double diamond. I did lose his rank. I'm honest with y'all. I lost his rank about a year ago. So Joey paid as a double diamond. I want my paycheck to be in the $12,000 range, and I've done it before, and I'll do it again for this month. I want to be completely boxed in for Presidential Diamond. I have 2 more boxes to go. And I also would like to blitz 25 people a week. That's my goal. I did that last week. I plan on wrapping 3 people minimum each week. And I plan on doing at least 2 parties a week as well. So already I have wrapped 1 person, and I have I got to look at my calendar, but I think I have 3 more appointments to wrap people as well. So that's my goals. I don't know if that gives you an idea. If you plan on or want to be a triple diamond, feel free to follow the leader and make that your goals too, but definitely write them down because you have to hold yourself accountable when you write them down. So, all right. I'm going to turn it over to Angie. Angie, if you want to say hello to everybody. Tell us your name, where you're from, how long you've been in, and your rank. Angie's a sideline of ours.
Okay. Well, to begin with, thanks for having me on the call. I've already learned a lot, so woo, tons of notes. we've been in 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years, and we are now Triple Diamonds. And of course, my name is Angie, and my partner in crime is Mike. So he's usually on the Zooms, but we're having an air conditioning issue right now. That's why my eye keeps watering. I've been having all these fans blowing in my eyes, getting my eyes, my eye water. So I'm not crying. My eyes are just watering. So that's. Is that all? Is that all the answers?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You're in where are you from? Did you say that?
Okay, so we're in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I know you wanted to give me a little, just kind of give background on us. Alicia, you guys, most of you know Alicia Mayo, of course. She's my cousin, and we grew up together in Michigan. I was always obviously a little older than her. We always would joke, and she would say, oh my gosh, we're going to be in our 20s together. And now that we're going to be in our 40s together at some point, she's not as excited. But, she got in at Works, and she asked Mike and I, of course, to do it. And of course, we said no. At the time, we had just opened a gym, a kickboxing gym. And Mike was there all the time because I was in the classroom teaching, and it was at a small Christian school. So I was teaching grades 5 through 8. It was a multi-grade class, all subjects, all grades. So I was really super busy, not only during the day, but at night I was trying to do lesson planning for all the subjects and all the grades, and it was kind of crazy. And I was also the principal of the school, so I was really responsible for trying to grow the school. So I had steering committee meetings, church board meetings, school board meetings. Like every night it seems like I had some kind of meeting. So we're just very busy. So that was the main excuse that we gave Alicia for not signing up, was we were just really busy. But after watching her journey, and of course we always bring out that Alicia was pleasantly persistent. So, obviously being pleasantly persistent is very beneficial, but it was so much more than that. It was us watching her journey, us watching her grow over 2 years and her life change, and her and Matt doing all these crazy odd jobs, and her home being in foreclosure. I know you guys have all heard her story, but just really watching her journey is what made Mike and I just kind of wake up one day and say, why are we not doing this? I came home at 10:30 at night after a church board meeting, and he had been at the gym all day, and we're thinking, what are we working for? What is this is not the life that we want. And so it was really watching Alicia's journey that made us decide to get in. So I know when we're always talking about being thoughtful on social media and really trying to draw people into your journey, that is really what's going to help you in the long run. I'm having people signing as distributors underneath of Mike and I now that we talked to when we first got in, mainly because they've been following our journey. So definitely draw people into your journey. Be really thoughtful on social media and try to show it as much as possible. And I'm not as great about it as some of our younger distributors are always doing these selfies and look at me, but be creative about it. So we went diamond after about 5 months, and we weren't really all in at the very beginning, but then we went to a 1 Team 1 mission. So we always say it's so important to get to corporate events. Mike and I went to a 1 Team 1 mission. We had gotten in December. We were executive in April. We went to a 1 Team 1 mission, and him and I, we just kept looking at each other saying, man, we need to build this. We just need to build it. And by the end of May, we had gone diamond just because we had made the decision to actually do it. And then we went double diamond in December. So a year after we had gotten in, we went double diamond, and I quit my job. So right in the middle of the school year, I was said sayonara. So I've been at home for the past year, and this past December, we actually shut down the gym as well. And so now Mike and I are both at home full time, and we just promoted to triple in April. So it's been a journey, but we definitely have no regrets. We only regret we wouldn't have started 2 years earlier.
Right.
Because then we probably would have been ambassador by now, but
yeah, I always think that too. I'm like, well, I would have been younger, so I don't know if I would have taken it as seriously. But
right.
So there's a couple things I love about your guys' story. Is one, you sat and watched for 2 years, and you said no, hell no, hell doesn't, double no, no, leave me alone. Okay, I'm in. So I think that's like one of my favorite things. That, and the fact, well, there's so many different things. Mike mentioned one time, he said, we started the gym and it cost us over $100,000 to start that business, and it's $99 to start this business. So it was easy for him to say, hey, it's nearly nothing compared to what a traditional brick and mortar business costs. So.
Right. Well, and we've had all business models. We've both been salaried employees since we've been married. We actually owned a franchise for a while. Before I went back to teaching, we owned a franchise. And we've had a brick and mortar business. So we've had pretty much every business model you can have. And now we have a network marketing business. And by far, this is the easiest, cheapest, less overhead. The gym, our overhead was like $13,000 a month. We didn't make a dime until we had enough memberships to cover 13 grand. So, I told Mike, we were sitting at home one time, because that's what we do. We sit there at night and have our wine. And I just told him, I said, Mike, we don't own a business. I said, we own you a job. And worse yet, we own you a job that you do not have a salary on and you have no benefits. So really, what are we doing? So it was just kind of eye-opening when I told him, you don't own a business. We own you a job. So
yeah, I love that. When you're working, the job's working you nonstop at a gym, and then, the month you're not profiting. So
exactly.
Okay, so what would you give for, we've got a lot of newbies, 6 days or less on here, especially 30 days or less. What would you recommend for a new distributor? Maybe a few tips.
Okay. Well, who was talking about it? Kelly. She brought up a lot of things that obviously I think we all say, so I don't want to be redundant. Get on your e-suite, do the training. Don't overwhelm yourself. I would do at least print the compensation plan up to the first 30 days. It will tell you all about what's the difference between BV and PBV and GV, and what is a qualified loyal customer. It just kind of gives you the lingo. Every business has lingo, and of course you need to understand what the lingo is. So if you read up to the first 30 days, that's a good way for you to understand some of that. And stay plugged in. As soon as you get in, just stay plugged in. I know everybody is on team pages. People post suggested posts on team pages. There's so much good information on your team page. You don't need to stray and overwhelm yourself with 15 other people that you're following, and this person and that person. Just when you first get in, just stay plugged into your team page. I would not get diverted, distracted, just stay plugged in. And whatever you see on your team page, just do. If they say, hey, here's a suggested post, stick it on your page. Don't overthink it. I think a lot of people, they get in and they don't really know what to do. They start overthinking it. They think they need to have the perfect post or the perfect script, or there's a magic script, or there's no magic script, there's no perfect post. The main thing is to just do it. You just have to let people know your store is open. It's no different than a brick and mortar business. When we opened East Coast Boxing, if we did nothing to let anybody know we were there, nobody would come. So you have to let people know you're there. And the only way you can do that is start posting on social media and start opening your mouth. When I first got in, to be honest, we told Alicia when we got in, just leave us alone. We're going to grow this at our pace. Don't bug us. But what I did do, even though I didn't do a lot of other stuff, with my position, I was not even allowed to post on social media. So for the first year I was in, I didn't even have a social media presence. I had to hide that I was doing it. But I did private message I had like 350 current friends on my Facebook. I just private messaged every single one of them. I did not discriminate. I just messaged them. And I basically said, I focused more on distributors, which I know we really want to get those 4 loyals in your first 30 days. So obviously when you're scrolling through, if you see somebody that really Kelly, I'm sorry, like she was saying, that they need a product, message them about it. But I really message everybody about the opportunity. I let them know that I had gotten in. I kind of gave them Alicia's story. I didn't have my story yet. I had Alicia's. So I was almost kind of like bimbo about it. I was just really excited. And oh my gosh, look what I'm doing. And you should do it with me. And, I know you hate your job and you live in Tennessee and you're always complaining about your job. Or, oh, I know you just had a 9-month-old baby and, you're a teacher assistant, you're making $9 an hour, you could do this and then you could stay at home with your baby. And so I made it personal, because it was only 350 friends. They were my personal friends. I knew them. And so I would use something about what they had going on. And, and a lot of people just say, oh, thanks, I'll check it out. And then you would never hear from them. But as the months went by, little by little, one by one, they started dropping in. And so that's why I always make a joke that I graduated from Great Lakes Academy in Michigan. And now pretty much my whole graduating class is underneath of me. And so now when we go back for alumni reunion, it's going to be like a big team training, because, you know, a lot of those people are the ones that I reached out to as soon as I got in. And like I said, little by little, they just started trickling in. Some are working, some are not, but they're all underneath of me. So, you know what I'm saying? So just open your mouth right away. Set your goal. Like Melissa's talking about, you have to have a goal. If you do not have a goal, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it every time. You'll miss your mark every time if you don't have a goal. So obviously the first goal is those steps to success. That's not just some cheesy term that we keep saying. I mean, that needs to drive your behavior every single month. If you're getting to the end of the month and you don't have those 4 loyals, you should be freaking out. Okay, if you don't have those 3 distributors, you should be freaking out. If you go month after month after month and you're not getting loyals and you're not getting distributors, you got to figure out, what am I doing wrong? You got to do something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing all the time and expecting some kind of different outcome. So, you know, just get in, start working towards those steps of success. Figure out what you need to do to accomplish those. Don't get discouraged with the no's. So many people get in, they get going, and they get no's, and I hear it all the time. You know, I've messaged everybody. They always use the word everybody, but nobody wants to do anything, right? So a lot of us, nobody, everybody, like, who exactly is everybody? I mean, this is a big world, and we have, like, the world at our fingertips, so I promise you haven't talked to everybody. And I promise you, nobody wants to do it. So be careful with those phrases. I've talked to everybody. Nobody wants to do it. Don't get discouraged. I promise you there's people that still want to get into It Works. Mark Pentecost said that during the BOGO, 10,000 new distributors got in. So I guarantee you that there are people out there that want to do business with you. You just have to figure out how to find them. You know, and when you first get in, you start with your warm market. Don't stress yourself out. And then, of course, you know, get yourself an It Works shirt. Mike and I wear our It Works shirts everywhere we go, and everywhere we go, we get people talking to us just because we have our It Works gear on. So, you know, I think the cheapest t-shirt in the It Works store is like $25. So, you know, get online, buy a t-shirt. It's a business, right? You're not spending $100,000 to open a gym. Buy a t-shirt. And that's another thing, is just, you know, you've bought a business. You spent $99, you've bought a business. Think about it as a business. You know, if you were to actually open a brick and mortar business, you would be thinking about, how are you going to market to get people there? How are you going to advertise? How are you going to seal the deal? So really just, I think the main thing is just take it seriously. Stay plugged in, bug your upline every day if you need to. I always tell my team, the ones that talk to me the most grow the most. So, and then obviously at some point you want your people you sign up to be independent. But when I'm hearing from my distributors frequently, I know that they're working because questions come up or they get frustrated or whatever. So they're contacting me all the time. So that would be the main thing about when you first start. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Open your mouth. Keep it open. Stay plugged in.
Oh, I did. I have less than 1 minute left, and it says I have to upgrade to Pro, and I thought...
Oh, no.
I
You don't have the Pro?
We're, like, hustling. So if we get cut off, I'm pretty sure I just paid for, like, 4 months of it. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. We might get cut off. I don't know. Let's see. We'll just keep going until we do, though.
And if we get, I'll